I got my Axial Bomber here. I built this just over a year ago, and it's been taken apart and put back together several times. This is my first Axial kit that I've built. I just finished up a Yeti score, and that was a really good build, and this was also a really good build. Same thing I said about the Yeti. I'm just really glad that there's some companies out there that are still building things as a kit, and this is the kit version here. I got this from my hobby shop here in Waldorf, Maryland, not too far from my house. And other than the Tamiya stuff and some of the older Kyosho stuff, I haven't put anything together like this. And the Axial stuff, it's easy to build, it's thorough, it's time consuming, a lot of little parts, but you can tell they really put a lot in their kits, and I really did enjoy the build on this. It took me about a month on and off. You know, I sat in the room when I had time and I worked through it. And since then, it's come apart, it's going back together, it's come apart, it's going back together. And as I kind of learn things and figure things out. So the kit, like I said, it's a kit version. This is the second body work I put on here. Originally, I just painted it blue and did the box art. And I decided it was a little boring. And I ordered some new panels. It took them a while to come in. And I just went with this silver in the front that kind of leads into this red, white, and blue. And up here, if you look at the top, that paint scheme continues up and across the kit. Other things cosmetically is I took off the rear extension for the spare tire, and I replaced it with this metal plate and hook, and I got this aluminum plate here to move the spare tire up and forward. I don't know, it always felt like that was just going to be like a weak spot for me, like that thing was going to break. I might be wrong on that, but I think moving the spare tire up and forward like that gives it kind of a tougher, more complex, compact look. Not complex. The other thing I added, I got this off eBay. It's this Delrin roof rack right here that has molded in LED lights on them, and I'll get into more into that in a minute. This is basic cosmetic stuff. Still running the stock rims, stock tires, but the kit version gives you some really nice upgrades from the ready to run with the alloy bits. As far as electronics go, I would take the body off, but as you guys know with these things, they don't come apart too easily. As far as the gear goes inside of it, I'm running a Holmes Hobby Trailmaster ESC with a Holmes Hobby 3500 kV Puller Pro XL motor. A little higher kV than it would be for crawling, but it's a sensor setup. Everything's waterproof. So far, so good on that one. The front servo here, after wiping out a couple servos, this one I learned that you had to spend money on servos on these larger, heavier kits. And I didn't go all out. I went with this Savox SW1210 SG, and I've used this in a few kits now after I used it in this build. And just like it did with my other kits, that's a very power-hungry servo. It requires at least 5 amps to run. I think the Holmes ESC is only 2 amps. No one can really answer that for me, but I installed up in here, like I've used in some other kits, a Castle BEC 2.0, and I got that putting out 7.4 volts at up to 15 amps to drive that servo up front. And everything's running through Savox radio gear. On channel 3, I put an accessory here. This Delrin rack came with this row of LEDs here, and I have that ran remote on channel 3, and that's all sealed up inside the waterproof box down the side. And I really got that stuff crammed in there, so I can kind of remote turn that on and off from channel 3. And with the 15 amps coming from the BEC 2.0, that thing is really bright. Really lights up pretty bright. The Savox servo, really responsive. Like I said, it's a power-hungry servo. I know there's better ones out there, and you know, hey, this one so far has done pretty well without spending a ton of money. I spent adequate money on it to, like I said, I already wiped out 2 cheaper servos in the front, and that's when I realized, you know, when you're building these bigger kits, this isn't just a little Tamiya kit. You gotta spend some money on your running gear. I put some harder foams in the tire, not super firm, but just firm enough. And the other thing I did, which some might say is a horrific thing to do, I opened the front diff on this, And you know, when I do take them out, I don't run my kits a lot. I kind of build them and just tweak them here and there. But when I do, I always just run in the local hiking trails, and I just felt the open diff made it a little bit more easier to manage. I'm not crawling with the thing, just kind of running it around. Running the stock shocks. Comes with the King shocks with all the alloy ports on them on the kit version. Felt that was good enough. After just a couple runs, the driver figure started to split and crack. That the polycarbonate on that driver figure is really thin, and it didn't last long. And rather than just paint a new one, I went on eBay, and someone had this metal plate. It's a anodized or powder coated aluminum plate with some vents in there for your electronics. And yeah, it does look scaled now, but I don't know, it cleans it up. I think it looks really nice. So that's it. Real basic build, real quick video. Once again, I'm not the for years I've built my Tamiya stuff, and I just like building kits, and there's not a lot of kits left out there unless you want to build a you know, a race buggy or something like that. Everything's ready to run, and I just think it really sours the hobby. You know, it's just how everything is. Everybody gets a Traxxas, or you know, even with these, they'll grab the ready to run up in a minute. And I think some of the fun is really building one of these. You know, I have all these crazy Tamiya kits up here, and I got my CC01 here, and I've put a lot of time in that kit. You know, and it's just a basic Tamiya kit, but it was fun to build and put all the accessories on it, and you know, make something of it different than just what it came with out of the box. And if you break it, you know, you can work on it and fix it, and you know how the guts inside work. And with the Axial stuff here, I really think the company's done a good job with their kit stuff. So thanks for watching. Nothing special, just Axial Bomber kit with some mild upgrades. And I don't know what I'll build next. Right now, you know, I haven't actually built the regular SCX-10. Maybe that's in the works. Maybe next winter. I've had enough time in the back room for now, and it's summertime. It's time to get outdoors. So thanks for watching.